What's going on out there, Facebook land? It's been a while since I've come on and done a video just of me talking to my friends. As you can tell by the title, I finally got some good news for a change. Hopefully 2021 is going to start looking up a little bit. Politically, probably not, but personally, hopefully things are on the mend here. So, let's see here. Making sure I'm streaming. Looks like it is. Let's see, let's make sure that's okay. It's on public. Good deal. All right, so hopefully everybody out there is having a good Saturday. I had to go in and do some work today. I got called in and was checking out some machines tonight. And what I wanted to do is come on and talk a little bit about my LASIK procedure that didn't work out so great for me back in June, and finally got a little bit of an answer today in the mail on how I'm going to proceed on getting my eyes fixed. You can tell I'm not wearing glasses right now, mainly because I hate the glare and everything from the lights on here. I can see pretty well out of one eye, the other eye not so much. So I just wanted to kind of come on and do a little quick show. I know it's late. Looks like I got about 4 or 5 people watching. So found out today that my eye doctor that I have been seeing for the last, since June, decided that they wanted to help me take care of the issue. Now, basically, give you an idea of what happened. I have a pretty good synopsis as to what went on and why it failed on me. So there is a thing called a decentered ablation, and that's what happened on my left eye. And what actually had happened on both eyes, but my left eye was way worse than the right. So essentially what happened was, whenever you go in and you get LASIK surgery done, I'm going to do my best way of explaining this. When you go in and you get your LASIK surgery done to correct your eyes, everything on the machine is based off the center of your pupil. Well, apparently, the center of my pupil is not where I look out of. Apparently, I look a little bit off to one side or another. And so they did the repair, and they did it off the center of my cornea and off the center of my pupil. And that didn't fix the problem. While their machines, their mapping machines, can't see where you look out of. And now that they've done the surgery, their mapping machines cannot see. They're not getting an accurate reading, essentially, as far as what they took off. So what they've done is they sent me a check, and I have found another surgeon down in California, in San Diego, that is going to be able to, at least he says he's able to repair, and he's done it in the past, and he's written some clinical papers, and they've been published, and guy seems like a pretty stand-up guy. Talked to him on the phone. He's from New York. Cusses like a sailor. Kind of my kind of guy, I guess. So we're looking tentatively for the end of March, mainly due to my accommodations and who I'm going to stay with down south. And luckily I have friends down there in California that I think very highly of, and they, the feeling's mutual. So I'm excited to get this done, get it over with, hopefully, and move on with my life, because changing glasses and contacts is a pain in the ass. And I've had to change the prescription 3 or 4 different times since the surgery. And it's about time that, sorry about that, my cats are running up and down the stairs. It's about time for me to move on with this part of my life, hopefully get my eyes fixed, get it taken care of, and move on. Besides, I paid $5,000 for the first surgery that didn't turn out real well. The second doctor wants $7,000 to fix it. So hopefully after this is over and done with, hopefully I'm good, because I'm tired of forking out money to get things the way they should be. So the good thing about it is they're paying for that surgery and some accommodations and some of the surgery that I had before. So very pleasantly surprised to get the letter and the check in the mail today from the doctor. The best part about it was I didn't have to act like an ass. I was nice the whole time. I was probably overly nice just because I wanted them to help me fix it. And I think that they've seen that. I think that helped. And I didn't have to go in there. I was getting to the point where if something wasn't going to happen soon, I was going to probably be a little more vocal because there are only 2 eye surgeons that do this kind of procedure in the city of Anchorage. So any kind of disapproval or any kind of bad review or anything like that could have really damaged these guys. And I think that they knew that. I think they realized that this was the cost of business. And I think they did the right thing by trying to help me out. So my props to Alaska LASIK and Cataract. I wish that my surgery had worked out the first time, but I applaud you for attempting to help me get it fixed and remedy the situation. So props to you. And I will be calling them Monday to tell them the same thing. So they had told me on Thursday that they were sending me a letter in the mail, but they didn't specify that they were sending me a check. So that was a good surprise. But anyway, hopefully I can move on. Hopefully I can still shoot when I'm done. I can still shoot now because my right eye is okay. It's about 85-90%. Hopefully when I'm done, hopefully it'll be 100%. Hopefully I'll be able to see what I'm doing. Hopefully I can see better than I can right now. I can see things up close okay. I can't see fine details like, reading fine print and stuff like that. It's not great. So I will say this, that Alaska LASIK has gone above and beyond, really, to ensure that I was able to see, able to drive, and do all that kind of stuff by giving me glasses and contacts and keeping me updated in those things. So I'm very happy and thrilled that they were able to do that. My doctor, Dr. Shi, is a sweetheart. I think she was a great doctor and a great person to talk with. Knowing that I was going through the issues, she was very sympathetic, and I can't say enough about her. So anyway, if you're looking to getting LASIK done, make sure you do your research. Make sure that the procedure you're doing is that you know everything that there is to know about it, because there are risks, and obviously I found out it's not a cookie cutter type surgery. Everybody's different. Everybody has different symptoms. Everybody's got different vision. So make sure you think about it really hard before you go in. I'm hoping that once I get down to San Diego and get this looked at, hopefully the solution is easy. Hopefully they can repair it and I can move on. With that said, there's a lot of things going on in Anchorage. We have a assembly that are going to be trying to put on. They're going to be trying to turn the mask mandate into a law, and I think that they've already got their mind made up. I think we're going to turn out on Tuesday and we're going to resist it and testify and all that kind of stuff to it. But I think that their mind is already made up, or at least the few that wrote this, their minds are made up. And if they do pass it, I hope that they decide to put a sunset clause in this, because if they don't, then that means it's going to be very difficult to get rid of it. So, anybody that goes up there and testifies, mention that. Please put a sunset clause in this if you're going to pass it. I don't think that they should pass it at all. There's not an emergency anymore. Our numbers are way down compared to what they were 6 months ago. The PCR tests, they've changed the count numbers on those, and it's really dropped the amount of positive testings that we've had. So there's all kinds of evidence that medically this is not as drastic as they made it out to be. And making a mask mandate into a mask law is really stupid. And that's my thing. And they're trying to do this, and here's I think the reason. And I know a couple of the authors who wrote this, and I've spoke to one of them, and he tries to give me good reasons as to why they're doing it. The problem with that is we have an election coming up in April, and right now I do believe, this is my opinion, my opinion alone, but I do believe that they are really worried that the Republican or the conservative side is going to win. And I think based on that, I think that this is another way that they're going to try and keep some sort of power. And here's the worst part about it is if a conservative person wins, our assembly, which is heavily left, still makes what the mayor can do. They can make their life hell for the first year or two until another election happens and until we get a chance to flip the assembly. So I think that the conservative side is winning mainly because the best person on the Democratic side or the left side is a 30-year-old, mid-30s-year-old kid, essentially, and everyone else is his age or well, quite a bit older than him, a lot more experience. And I think that putting in Dunbar would be a huge mistake. Not only because he's progressive and all that kind of stuff, but he lacks the experience. I think that and he's just not a good person. If you follow his social media posts, if you follow how he talks to people, there was a bunch of emails that was passed between him and another assembly member that didn't shed a good light on him. Really, really shady type stuff. And yeah, so I'm hoping that I'm actually pulling for Dave Bronson. I hope Dave Bronson gets in there. I like Dave. I actually like Mike, but I hope that Dave gets in there. I like him. I think his intentions are pure. I think that as long as he's got people around him that tell him the truth and it doesn't end up being a rhino type campaign or administration, I should say, I think that he's got a good chance of turning Anchorage around. And he does have some good people behind him with Bernadette and Jamie Allard and a few other good people. I think that as long as he stays grounded and he stays humble, I think that he will have a good administration. I've seen a few polls out that have him leading, and these are left-leaning newspapers that are doing these polls, so I'm hoping that holds. With that said, we can't rest on our laurels. We got to get out there and we got to still show up at the assembly and we got to give them hell. We got to show up at our community council meetings and give them hell. And I don't mean, go up there and act an ass and stuff like that, but just show up and start, saying that this stuff is needs to stop. I mean, there's a lot of things out there that need to stop. So, doing the right things goes a long ways. And, I've made some headway with a few of the assembly members, and I actually had one of them, I'm not going to name him, that helped me write up a resolution that I'm going to be putting forward to my community council here this next month. So I'm almost done writing it. It's very close, and I'm going to put it in my community council and see if we can't get it to the assembly. I think it's something that both sides can agree on. I think it's something that will kind of pull the insanity back toward the middle and a little less left and right. And I recognize that if I were to run for assembly, or if I was to get a position in there, that I am going to have to work with these people. Whether I agree with them or not, I'm still going to be sitting up there with them. So with that said, I'm going to do my best to do what's right for the city of Anchorage. And regardless of who I'm up there with, I think that, doing the best for the city not only benefits myself, it benefits my friends, it benefits the entire city, the businesses here. That's important. And we all know that the businesses and stuff around the country, not just Anchorage, are struggling because of the shutdowns and lockdowns and masks and all this other stuff. So my whole goal is to enlighten people and, hopefully show them that we don't have to be mean to each other. If somebody would just simply have a conversation I'll give you an example, like the LASIK stuff. I went in there and showed my disapproval, and I did it intelligently, and I did it with some class. And now I'm able to go and get this fixed. So I'm not saying that it was me that did it, but things could have been a lot different if I would have been angry, gone in there and acted like I really wanted to. But I kept my composure. And I realized that my vision is more important than my attitude. So with that said, hopefully everything works out. Hopefully we get a conservative mayor, or at least someone that understands economics and gets our city back on top. I know that Canada is already throwing some crap toward us, like they're banning cruise ships and cruises going through Canada, so that's going to kill our tourism industry this summer. So there's a lot of things that are going on, and we've got to stay on top of it. So hopefully everybody out there is having a good Saturday night. I just wanted to come on and kind of relay that, and hopefully at the end of March, hopefully I can go out and get this fixed and move on and start doing good things again. But I hope everybody's doing well, and I look forward to seeing everybody on Tuesday, and hopefully we can talk some sense into the assembly. That's my goal. Anyway, I just wanted to come on and check this out again. It's been a while. Everything looks like all my settings are good. Looks like my camera's good. I got a 4D HD camera not too long ago. It's nice and clear. I dig it. Looks like my sound is all working like it's supposed to, so I think I'm going to get off. But I know it's a little late back on the West Coast and the East Coast, so I will get off of here. But love you all. You guys all be good, and we will catch you another time. Peace out.